Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling a really foundational topic, knowing your worth.
Yeah, it's something that really underpins so much, doesn't it?
It really does. We've spent some time with the audiobook Know Your Worth, The Key to a Fulfilling Life by Rise with Wisdom. Our aim, to pull out the core insights for you.
Basically give you the essentials on why believing in your value isn't just, nice to have, but actually key for confidence and a genuinely better life.
Think of this as your shortcut to getting it.
And what really stands out in the source is how it addresses all those external messages. The constant noise telling us we're not enough or need to do more to be worthy. This deep dive is about cutting through that, giving you practical stuff you can use, like right now.
Exactly. The audiobook lays out a whole framework. It starts with understanding self-worth, then releasing old beliefs, building confidence.
Setting boundaries, which is huge.
Huge. And fostering good relationships, embracing your strengths, navigating challenges, all of it.
Right. And living with purpose, at the end of the day, knowing your worth isn't just philosophy, it's the bedrock.
It's the foundation for real self-assurance, real contentment. So yeah, our mission here is to distill these vital ideas for you, make them accessible.
Get you the core understanding quickly but thoroughly.
Okay, let's unpack this. Chapter 1, Understanding Your Worth, the foundation.
Right. So the book defines self-worth first as, well, your basic value as a person. And importantly, it's separate from anything external.
Like your job, or how much money you make.
Exactly. Or relationships, achievements, admiration from others. None of that. It's intrinsic. You're valuable just because you exist. Full stop.
That's a powerful starting point. It contrasts sharply with seeking validation from others, doesn't it?
Totally. We fall into that trap so easily, measuring ourselves by what others think or what we've accomplished lately. But true self-worth, according to the source, is constant. It doesn't ride that roller coaster.
And why do so many of us struggle with recognizing this inherent worth? The book dives into that too, right?
Oh, yeah. It talks about the roots, maybe harsh words from the past, constant comparisons growing up.
Or just society's crazy standards for success or beauty.
Exactly. It feels like we're taught we have to earn worthiness, but the book's message is liberating. It's already there. You just need to uncover it, not build it from scratch.
It's already within you. I like that.
Yeah. And this brings up the difference between self-worth and self-esteem. It's a key distinction.
Okay, how does the source break that down?
So self-worth is that deep, unshakable belief in your value as a person. It's stable. Self-esteem, though, that can go up and down.
Right. Based on, like, how well you did on a project or if someone complimented you.
Precisely. Self-esteem fluctuates with achievements and external feedback. Self-worth is meant to be the solid ground underneath all that.
That makes a lot of sense. Self-esteem is like the weather, but self-worth is the bedrock.
Good analogy. Yeah. So the book really pushes for shifting your focus inward. Stop asking, do others approve? Or am I measuring up?
And start asking.
Am I enough? And the answer, the book insists, has to be yes, always.
Okay, so conceptually that's clear. But how do you actually strengthen that feeling? The practical side.
Right. The audiobook gives concrete steps. First, challenge that negative self-talk, that inner critic.
We all have one of those.
We do. So you notice the criticism, I'm not good enough, I messed that up, and you actively replace it.
With what? Like affirmations.
Exactly. Things like, I am worthy just as I am, or I'm capable in learning. Consciously substitute the negative.
That takes practice, I imagine.
Definitely. Another big one, stop comparing yourself to others. Just stop.
Easier said than done sometimes with social media and everything.
For sure. But focusing on your journey, your progress, not someone else's highlight reel, is crucial for preserving your sense of worth.
And boundaries. You mentioned those earlier.
Yes. Huge for self-worth. Learning to say no, not tolerating disrespect. Boundaries basically communicate your value.
They show you respect yourself.
Precisely. And self-compassion is in there too. Treating yourself kindly, especially when you stumble.
Instead of beating yourself up.
Right. And finally, acknowledge your strengths. Actually list them out. Remind yourself daily what you do bring to the table.
Okay, that's a solid foundation. But what about the baggage we carry? Chapter 2 gets into releasing the past, right? Letting go of false beliefs.
Exactly, because our past experiences, childhood stuff, relationships, failures, those societal messages, again, they shape our self-perceptions so powerfully.
Yeah, they leave their mark.
The book points to common sources. Parental influence, for instance. If love felt conditional, tied to your grades or behavior.
Oof. Yeah, that can mess with your sense of inherent worth.
Definitely. Then there's school, social stuff,
Hmm.
comparisons with peers, maybe criticism from teachers or bullies. It all adds up.
And the media's version of perfection. Looks, status, success.
Right. It creates these often unconscious beliefs like, I'm only valuable if I achieve X, or I have to be perfect to be loved, or if people don't approve, something's wrong with me.
Those sound familiar. These underlying scripts we run on.
Exactly. And the book stresses these are stories, not truths. They might feel real, but they're learned beliefs.
So how do we unlearn them? How do we let go?
First step is recognizing they don't define you. Your past happened, but you decide who you become now. That's powerful.
Taking ownership of the present.
Yeah. And forgiveness comes up strong. Forgiving yourself for past mistakes and forgiving others, not necessarily to excuse them, but to release yourself from the resentment.
Holding on to resentment only hurts you, right?
It keeps you tethered to that past pain. Letting go frees up energy, then actively rewrite your inner narrative.
Like we talked about with affirmations.
Yes, consciously replace those old limiting stories with empowering ones. My worth isn't conditional. I'm enough. Also, surround yourself with positivity.
People who lift you up, environments that feel good.
Exactly. Minimize exposure to negativity where you can. And practice self-validation. Stop looking outside for approval.
Acknowledge your own growth, your own achievements.
Yes. And reflect on how far you've come. Recognize the challenges you've overcome. That builds internal resilience and worth.
It all seems to circle back to self-acceptance.
That's the foundation, really. Accepting yourself fully, flaws, strengths, the whole package reduces that desperate need for external okayness.
Okay, so we understand worth. We've started clearing out the past. Chapter 3 is about building confidence, owning your worth.
Right. And the key idea here is confidence isn't just something you have, it's cultivated. It grows from knowing your worth and then acting on it.
So it's linked to action.
Definitely. True confidence isn't just about external wins, though those help. It's an internal belief in yourself, fueled by that sense of worth. If you doubt your worth, confidence wobbles.
Like building a house on shady ground.
Exactly. Know your worth and confidence has a solid foundation. And like a muscle, the more you use it, the stronger it gets.
So how do we exercise this confidence muscle?
Again, silence the inner critic, challenge the negativity, replace it with positive self-talk. I am capable. I can handle this.
Consistent practice.
And this is big. Embrace discomfort. Take action even when you feel uncertain or scared.
Step outside the comfort zone.
Yes. Small steps count. Speak up in a meeting. Try something new. Set a goal and follow through. Each time you do, you prove to yourself you can. It builds evidence.
So confidence isn't the absence of fear, but acting despite it.
Precisely. And stop seeking external validation. Validate yourself. Celebrate your own progress. Make decisions based on your values, not just what others might think.
Yeah, it ties back to detaching from external approval.
Absolutely. Setting and achieving small goals helps too. Builds momentum. Those little wins add up to a bigger belief in yourself.
Creates a positive feedback loop.
Yeah. And again, surround yourself with positive people. Get rid of the energy vampires if you can.
Learn to handle rejection and failure too, right? The book mentions that.
Yes. See them as part of the process, not proof you're unworthy. Learn the lesson, dust yourself off, move forward. Don't let them define you.
Okay, and what about presence? Body language.
Right. It touches on that too. Stand tall, make eye contact, speak clearly. Sometimes acting confident can actually help you feel more confident. Fake it till you become it, kind of.
Interesting. And self-compassion again.
Always. Be kind to yourself through the process. Confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about knowing your worth even when you're not.
Got it. Now, let's walk boundaries again. Chapter 4, protecting your self-worth.
Yeah, this chapter frames boundaries as self-worth in action. They're how you show yourself and others what you will and won't accept. They communicate self-respect.
Why are they so essential? What happens without them?
Well, the book says you risk getting drained, feeling unimportant or taken for granted, overcommitting, tolerating toxic stuff. Basically, burnout and resentment. Boundaries affirm your worth.
They say, my needs matter.
Exactly. And there are different types. Emotional boundaries, like saying no to conversations that drain you. Time boundaries, protecting your schedule and energy.
I'm not saying yes to everything.
Right. Personal boundaries about how people treat you, standing firm against disrespect. Work boundaries, keeping work demands reasonable. Physical boundaries, personal space, touch.
It covers a lot of ground. But setting them, that can feel hard. The guilt factor.
Totally. The book gives tips. First, really internalize that your needs do matter. Prioritizing your well-being isn't selfish, it's necessary.
That mindset shift is key.
Then be clear and direct. State your boundaries simply. I won't be able to help with that. No need for long excuses.
Just state the limit.
And learn to say no without feeling obligated to explain endlessly. No is a complete sentence. Protect your peace.
What about pushback? People might not like the new boundaries.
Expect it, especially if they were used to you not having them. Stand your ground calmly. Their reaction is their issue, not yours.
Consistency is important there.
Crucial. And follow through with consequences if boundaries are repeatedly ignored. A boundary without a consequence is just a suggestion. Maybe limit contact or escalate at work if needed.
How does this transform self-worth in the long run?
The book says you start to feel lighter, more confident, more in control, less guilt for prioritizing yourself, and you tend to attract more respectful relationships.
Makes sense. Which leads nicely into Chapter 5, surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yeah, because who you spend time with hugely impacts your self-worth. Negative people drain you, positive people build you up. It seems obvious, but we often tolerate draining connections.
Why do we do that?
Habit, obligation, fear of conflict, lots of reasons. The book encourages really looking at your relationships. Who uplifts you? Who brings you down? Who respects you?
And being honest about it. Asking, why am I allowing this draining interaction?
Exactly. Then comes the potentially hard part, letting go of unhealthy relationships.
That can feel harsh.
But the book reframes it as self-respect. It's not about being cruel. It's about protecting your energy and well-being, creating distance, shifting focus to connections that nourish you.
Dealing with any guilt that comes up.
Yeah, that's part of it. You don't owe anyone access to you if it consistently costs you your peace. Then proactively build your support system.
Seek out the good ones.
Right. Look for people who show mutual respect, offer support, stay positive. People who challenge you in a good way, remind you of your strengths, validate your feelings, respect your boundaries, inspire you.
That sounds like a great circle to have.
Doesn't it? And it extends beyond people. Your environment, your home, the media you consume, your habits should ideally support your growth and worth too. Be intentional.
Curate your life, in a sense.
Kind of, yeah. Prioritize peace, inspiration, things that actually fulfill you.
Okay, Chapter 6 is about embracing your strengths, shifting focus.
Exactly. Instead of dwelling on what you lack, focus on your unique talents and gifts. What do you naturally do well?
How do you figure that out if you're not sure?
Self-reflection helps. What activities make you feel energized or lose track of time? What do people genuinely compliment you on?
Pay attention to the feedback.
Right, and don't be afraid to ask trusted people. What do you see as my strengths? Sometimes others see things we don't.
And once you know them,
celebrate them. Own them. Take pride in them, even the ones that seem small. Acknowledge how they help you, how they contribute value. Use them consciously.
actively leverage your strengths.
Yes. And the book reframes weaknesses not as fatal flaws, but as opportunities for growth. Keep them in perspective, but let your strengths be the foundation of your worth.
Balance acknowledging weaknesses with focusing on strengths.
Exactly. And keep developing those strengths. Take a course, read a book, find a mentor. Keep honing what you're good at. It boosts confidence and potential.
What's the overall impact of doing this?
You navigate challenges better, trust your abilities more, approach things with more confidence. Your self-worth becomes less dependent on fixing flaws and more about appreciating your inherent value.
Makes sense. Chapter 7 brings us back to action. Building confidence through action.
Right. Reinforcing that confidence isn't passive. It's built through doing, through mindset, through believing you can handle things. It goes hand in hand with self-worth.
They fuel each other.
Definitely. Confidence grows from worth. Doubt diminishes it. Building confidence is ongoing. You keep affirming your worth, focusing on strengths. Stop comparing.
And you take action.
That's the core. Consistent, purposeful steps towards goals, however small. They build proof of capability, break big goals down, celebrate small wins. Action cuts through self-doubt.
Even when fear pops up.
Especially then, fear and doubt are normal, but action takes away their power. Confronting the fear by doing the thing makes it smaller. Keep replacing negative self-talk with positive affirmations, too.
Celebrate progress along the way.
Absolutely. Acknowledge every step forward. It reinforces your belief in yourself, your worthiness of success. And remember, setbacks happen. It's not always a straight line. Persist. Learn.
How does this apply to relationships?
Confidence in your worth leads to healthier boundaries, clearer communication, expecting respect. You attract better relationships and have the strength to distance yourself from toxic ones.
And it connects to self-love.
Big time. Treating yourself with kindness, prioritizing your well-being, that self-love, and it naturally fuels confidence.
Okay, but what happens when things get really tough? Chapter 8, maintaining confidence during adversity.
Yeah, because challenges will come. Life throws curveballs. Maintaining confidence then is a real test of that underlying self-worth.
It's easy to feel confident when things are good.
Right. The key is seeing adversity as part of the journey, not a reflection of your inadequacy. It's a chance to show your resilience. Confidence doesn't mean zero doubt. It means not being ruled by doubt. Go back to your foundation of worth.
How do you shift perspective when you're in the thick of it?
Avoid getting stuck in discouragement. Try to see setbacks as learning opportunities, temporary hurdles. Reframe. What's the lesson here? And again, stop comparing your struggle to someone else's apparent ease. Be patient.
Build resilience.
Yeah. Develop coping skills, mindfulness, journaling, exercise, reaching out for support. Build that mental and emotional stamina. Practice gratitude, even for small things, to shift focus from lack.
What about failure during adversity?
Embrace it as essential for growth. It's feedback, not a verdict on your worth. Learn from it. Adjust. Keep going.
And self-compassion is extra important here.
Absolutely crucial. Be kind to yourself. Avoid harsh self-criticism. Everyone struggles. You deserve care, especially from yourself.
Keep your eye on the bigger picture.
Yes. Remember your why, your values, your vision. Why did you start this journey? Use the adversity to refine your approach. Lean on supportive people.
That leads into Chapter 9, transforming setbacks into stepping stones.
Exactly. Taking that idea further, setbacks aren't just things to survive. They can actually propel you forward if you handle them right. It's about perspective and resilience.
Oh, not failures, but detours.
Yeah.
Opportunities.
Opportunities for learning and evolution. Don't internalize them as, I'm not good enough. See them as feedback in disguise. Ask, what is this teaching me? How can I adjust? Shift from frustration to curiosity.
Resilience gets built through these challenges, right?
Yes, you figure things out. You find solutions. Acknowledge the tough emotions, sure, but don't get stuck there. Growth often happens during the struggle, not just after. Each time you rise, you get stronger.
Believing you can handle future challenges.
Exactly. The book points out that successful people master this art of turning setbacks into stepping stones. They learn, adjust, persevere. Maybe a setback means you need to pivot, learn a new skill, find a different strategy.
It fosters creativity and patience.
It really can. The key is to keep taking action, even if it's small steps, even if you feel defeated. Trust that your worth isn't defined by the setback. Keep believing in yourself.
Okay, last chapter. Chapter 10, living with purpose and passion every day, bringing it all together.
Right. Purpose and passion aren't just lofty ideals, they're guiding forces for daily life. They require ongoing effort, clarity, and commitment.
What does it mean to live with purpose and passion?
It means aligning your daily actions with your core values and deepest desires. Purpose is your why. Passion is the fire or energy behind it. It leads to feeling grounded, energized, directed.
That's not a one-time thing, then.
It definitely not. It requires consistency. The book suggests daily practices. Start your day with intention, maybe meditation, journaling, setting a focus aligned with your values.
Make sure your actions reflect what you believe in.
Exactly. Create a vision for your life, a roadmap. Check in regularly. Am I on track? Infuse passion into things, reconnect with what excites you, be curious, explore. If you feel burnt out, find ways to rekindle that fire.
Stay committed to growth.
Always. Be open to learning, adapting. Set aside time for reflection, reading, new experiences.
What about when challenges inevitably hit your purpose?
Remind yourself why you started. Go back to your values, your vision. Draw strength from that inner motivation. See the challenge as a chance to refine your path. Lean on your support system.
So living this way is a lifelong commitment.
It really is an ongoing effort of intention, introspection, adjustment. Embrace the journey. Purpose and passion aren't found externally. They're cultivated within.
Wow. Okay, so recapping this deep dive into Know Your Worth, we've really covered a lot.
We have. From the core of self-worth, letting go in the past, building that solid confidence.
Setting boundaries, choosing your circle wisely, embracing your unique strengths.
And then navigating adversity, turning setbacks into growth, and finally living intentionally with purpose and passion every day.
It's a comprehensive picture.
It really is. And this deep dive, it's just a starting point for you, the listener.
Absolutely. We really hope you'll take some time to think about these ideas, maybe pick one or two practical steps to start integrating into your life.
Remember, building self-worth, living with purpose, it's a journey. An ongoing process of discovery.
Definitely. So here's a final thought to leave you with. Imagine really shifting your focus, moving away from constantly seeking that external thumbs up, and instead truly cultivating that deep internal sense of your own worth.
How could that fundamentally change how you approach your goals, your work, your
Well,
relationships?
that's one small thing, just one step you could take today, right now, to start actively owning your worth and moving towards that more fulfilling life.
Something to chew on. Thanks for diving deep with us.